You got me. So it all starts with last storytelling session, the theme of which was things didn't quite go as planned. So this storytelling session was previously to be titled the Best Of. And I'd emailed like, hey, I'd really like to be part of Best Of. Instead, they decided to call it Crapshoot. And I don't know if the decision to include me in it was while it was going to be Best Of, or when they decided it was going to be Crapshoot.
I had the same question.
Yeah, I didn't really feel like asking. So I'm here. And things, still haven't quite gone as planned. So we're going to go with the Best Of theme, and I'm just going to knock it out of the park like that. But it's going to be a little bit different. You might have heard some of this, but not all of this. So it all starts with my first mistake. Well, the first one I'll tell you about. About how things didn't go quite as planned. The setting was perfect. Like 20, second girlfriend. Her first apartment. We're alone. We're horny. And she's, okay. I don't have a condom. And at that point, I don't have a condom. We can't. And she was pretty much like, now. I know, now. And but I can't. But you must. But I can. And I never got in so much trouble ever in my life. So, that wasn't quite as planned. Should have worked out. It didn't go very well. So, I continued to be poorly prepared in life for years. Getting to the point where I was dating a 44-year-old. I was 22. We were at her place. Because, especially when you're 44, you have your own place. And, the subject came up like, okay, let's. And I said, I don't have any condoms. She says, don't worry, I do. So she opens a cabinet, pulls out a box. It's not actually just a box. It was a package, a shrink-wrap package of boxes of condoms. And she said they were from the last boyfriend. For a moment, I was intimidated, but I realized, oh, that's unopened. Huh, poor guy. My turn. Pull out the shrink-wrap packaging, pull up one of the many boxes. Open that box full of a few condoms. We'll start there. Open it up and begin to find out just how much size matters. I'm not saying I'm that big, because I've seen a few movies and I'm not that big. But apparently I'm not that small either. And he was. So in a sense, my ego was still like, that guy's got a smaller penis than me. And I am also not having sex with his girlfriend. So it didn't go as planned. Had a good time, though. Eventually realized, wow, she's the same age as my mother. That's weird. My 22-year-old couldn't, figure out what to do with that, and I ran. So on to a situation I really couldn't be prepared for, because who goes on a date with a porn star? Maybe somebody does. I had never. And there's a whole lot of, issues well, does that mean we're gonna? Or does that unprofessional? Is that impersonal? I mean, just because you do that doesn't mean we're gonna. But it's pretty cool. Hey fellas, I'm gonna date with a porn star. I don't know what to do. How much trouble am I going to get into with this, and who am I going to piss off? Telling about this afterwards. So, as I couldn't have possibly planned, but of course considered the possibilities of, it went exactly as I couldn't have expected. In that, we spent 3 hours kissing in a bar. And that was our only date. We were there for maybe 3.5 hours. We spent 3 hours kissing. And that was the nicest 3 hours of kissing. Just kissing, just this one person that I kind of really had. And have just that experience with that person, with all the potentials and complications, considerations, or preconceived notions, it was just such a relief. And I think that was the only way I could have come out of that feeling like I'd been a good person to this other person with all of my confusion and preconceptions. so glad that that didn't go as planned. So very glad. And the next one was terrible. The one thing that knocks me off my horse, god damn, the one thing that just knocks me off my horse is, love going wrong. I'm just useless. Lose track of shit. Can't make sense of this, that's it. Most recently, the person I love the most, so clearly and dearly, deeper and truer and more complex than anyone ever in my life, and she was having a hard time. Decided, you know what, I need this space. Ah! I'm gonna get knocked off my horse, right? That's wow, like it. And so that just happened. Yeah, story in there, a few stories in there probably. So I was going through that, fine, and I was just talking to a friend of mine, and I was just like, you know what? Considering all, what really knocks me off my horse, what really makes me most upset, right now, god damn it, I could be about as unhappy as I have ever been in life. And it took me a minute to realize I'd even said it. And that it was me saying it, and what I had said, and how exactly true it was. Right now, I could be as unhappy as I've ever been in life, but I'm not. I don't remember there having been any intervention, or calling me, man, I'm really down, could you come hang out with me, or just calling my mom, or something like that. There was no particular moment where I've hit bottom, how do I get back up? I didn't notice that there was something in me acting on my behalf to protect me from falling apart in the deepest, the opportunity to fall apart the deepest and just be as unhappy as I've ever been in life. And I missed it. I missed the opportunity, if we could call it that. I've been working hard to understand things and people, and especially her. I've never studied a person more to know who they were, to understand what's going on for them. And somewhere in that effort to be more perceptive, inward and outwardly, ambiently and specifically, I built a foundation of whatever you want to call it, good stuff, that protected me from the worst thing in my life. To that point, I've loved and lost, people have died and such, but this would have been it right here. And I didn't, how could I have possibly planned, you know what, next time love goes wrong, I better build up some reserves so I don't fall again. I've never had that idea. I couldn't have planned how to protect myself from the next heartbreak, and I don't think any of us have that idea. We just hope the next heartbreak doesn't happen. We just hope if I love this person enough, if I care about them enough, I won't get my heart broken. But we don't think about if something happens, if this person dies or I lose this person or something changes drastically, how do I just build up this reserve of myself to keep me on an even keel? And that's the story I have. That's the advice I could give, is pay as much attention as you can to who you are and how you are in every moment that you can pay attention, and how other people are. Hold no one accountable for what they don't know about what's going on for you, and give them every bit of room possible to act in ways you can't understand because you have no goddamn idea what's going on inside them, no matter how many years you've known them. We keep secrets we don't even realize we are keeping, that determine our behavior around people that want to know us, but we've never let them in enough to understand why we do that crazy shit all the time. We do this to each other. So, yeah, just keep up good work, and it'll save you for all the stuff you can't plan for.